Today I'm working on a 2015 Subaru WRX STI Launch Edition. Here you'll want to remove the bezel by pulling straight out. We had already pulled it out, so it was just sitting there. And here at the top you've got two plugs, one for the hazard lights and one for the mode button. You've got 6 Phillips head screws, 4 at the bottom, 1 on each side at the top. Now this radio that we were working on had a wire tie at the back of the radio. Right there you can see it. And that has to be undone before you can pull the radio too much further. So we have a Pioneer AVH W4400NEX. This is a Scosche SU1 dash kit. And we used a Maestro RR for the integration of steering wheel controls and the stereo wiring. And we used the SU1 Subaru harness that plugs directly into the Maestro. Later in the video I'll show you how to program the Maestro. On this unit we also went with a bypass, APPS2. It's for the AVH DVD Pioneer system. It simulates the parking brake sequence that has to be done in order to watch DVDs while driving. And here are the instructions on how to wire it. And you'll see here in just a second I'll be wiring it up, soldering using heat shrink. Right, so here I'm soldering the wires, putting heat shrink over the connections. And you can see that it uses the remote turn on, your parking brake wire from the radio and ground for the bypass. So we ended up using a 5-channel amp in this car. So I used a 9-wire from install bay to run wires from the front to the back. And you'll be seeing those connections coming up right here. Alright, so here's the installation or the programming for the Maestro. I've got it plugged into the computer. I'm checking the hardware And here I get to pick the vehicle that it's going in. Confirm that this is the steering wheel setup. And now I'm going to select the stereo that will be matched up to the Maestro. Had a little trouble finding the radio that I'm using, but in the end I ended up finding it. Alright, now that that's selected, you put in the serial number of your stereo, and once that's done, I'll click next. And you'll get the serial number off the box or off the radio itself. Okay, so now I'm just going to select which harness I use, which was the SU1. And here the default settings are what I want. And here I just want to make sure the configuration for the steering wheel is what I want. Okay, time to flash. And during this time you can download the install guide, you can print the install guide. There really wasn't any information that I needed. I didn't need to print it. By the time the programming of this module was done, took everything out, plugged it in, and everything was set up and ready to go. And that's the final installation.